Greetings, and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Politics and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. So thanks to one of our regular viewers, Mr. Ebony Jones, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Ebony Jones. Mr. Jones had a great suggestion for an episode, and it was funny that he made that suggestion because I had just made a couple of online purchases for some tees, and so I decided, perfect timing, we'll do t-shirts and what we can do with Ralph Lauren tees to elevate them from the norm of t-shirts and shorts, t-shirts and jeans. You know, we want to elevate them a little bit. Not a lot. We're not going to go crazy. I have actually worn a t-shirt over a button-down shirt with a bow tie and a blazer. Like I've super elevated t-shirts before, just on my regular passings. But today I want to just kind of elevate them slightly, so that, you know, we maintain our Ralph Lauren guile without, you know, just doing too much. Right now is not the time to really do too much. But we still want to be us. We still want to feel like us. So, thank you, Mr. Jones. Here it is, the t-shirts episode. We'll start off with what I'm wearing, which, and I saw that another regular viewer wanted to see how to transition into spring and still maintain some fall pieces as we go into spring. You know, it's not 90 degrees, 100 degrees outside yet, so you can still incorporate some of your fall items into your spring ensembles. So we'll also be doing that, but this episode will be basically about the tees. As you can see here, I'm wearing a Rugby Ralph Lauren herringbone tweed blazer. This is one of my favorite blazers. It's one of those that I can just grab. It's a go-to piece. And I paired it with the University of Polo Ralph Lauren t-shirt. It's embroidered, screen printed with two griffin / three lion crest in the center. So it has a vintage Ivy League university type look to it. It's based in my favorite color, which is cranberry, wine, burgundy, maroon, however you want to state it. This is my favorite color. I paired it with this particular blazer because I wanted to, as the other gentleman stated, I wanted to incorporate a fall piece. It's still, to me, it's still not hot enough to be outside without my sleeves, my arms not covered consistently. Cranberry Blue Label silk pocket square. I did a navy and cranberry ribbon belt with the brown strap in the center. And I did, these are not Rugby, these are Polo Blue Label. I think they came out last year. All over skull and bone print, cropped Sullivan slim fit jeans. Really comfortable, really springtime look as far as with the white. And I'm wearing a vintage worn in pair of brown Ralph Lauren penny loafers. Got my pennies in. They got a couple of nice scuff marks that give them class and character. No socks, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Got on a pair of tortoiseshell shades. Also have a hat that I carry with me today, driver cap to match the jacket. But yeah, this is a look. I've never been big on the t-shirt under the blazer look, but I kind of like it. And it may be something that I do more often, especially as we enter into spring really well. You know, we're still on quarantine, so there's not a lot of places to go and interact with fellow humans or whatever, but you still got to run to the grocery store, you still got to run to the ATM, you still got to run to the post office because the mailman refuses to leave a package on your step, even though you never had a package stolen in your life. So we still got to get out here and do our thing. So when we do it, we might as well feel like us. You know, I don't necessarily have to put on a sweater and a tie and a pair of slacks, but you know, this is a nice look. I still feel like me, and I'm comfortable. So yeah, I may definitely start interacting more with t-shirts, especially with blazers. I don't think you'll ever get me to do it with a cardigan. I'm just not feeling that look, but I may or may not do that today. I may or may not show it today. I don't know yet. I don't know. We shall see. Anyway, let's get it started. Y'all ready? I'm a little excited here. All right, t-shirts. Let's go. First up is a look that is similar to what I'm wearing. The sports coat is a little more springtime as far as the look. The overall look is just a step up as far as being dressier than my current look. But they're definitely related. They're definitely cousins. So this is a t-shirt that I found on Poshmark. Nice piece. It's a little more subdued than a sun yellow, so I'm not sure what yellow this was referred to back in the Rugby Ralph Lauren days, but it's a Rugby Ralph Lauren screen printed shirt. It has the RRL in the center, has a banner with quality, established, assured, 2004, Ralph Lauren 004, has the beautiful crown at the top, rugby in this center sash here, has the gold, what would probably be gold if this was colored, the leaves in the back of the banner. So it's a nice classic collegiate style t-shirt. I decided to pair it with my Rugby Ralph Lauren Indian mattress patchwork sports coat. You've seen this piece before here. I have the blue label one, and I also have the rugby one. I thought the rugby one, the hue of yellow here and here and then coming down this way was a much better match with this t-shirt than the blue label version that I own. So I completed the outfit. I completed the ensemble with these chinos. Now I've had these chinos for about a year. I never took them and got them sized because they're classic fit, and you know I only like the slim fit. But I bought these because all of the other wine colored chinos were that rich wine color, that traditional wine color, like the t-shirt. This particular pair of chinos came sun-dried, but they only came in classic fit. So these 35-32s, I'm gonna have to take them and get them tailored by New. I'm sure she'll hook me up and get it done for me quickly. But once that's done, I'll be able to rock these. But I thought the sun-dried cranberry was just beautiful, and it fit perfectly with this entire look. Complete this ensemble with a light tan to a medium brown pair of loafers, whether you want to do drivers, brogues, penny loafers, whatever you want to do is fine. Tassel loafers will work. I would just go, like I said, with a anywhere from a light tan to a medium brown. I wouldn't go too dark with the brown on the shoes, but yeah, something like that. You could do a pair of boat shoes, but I probably would do something a little dressier, as I stated before, drivers, brogues, etc. You could do a driving cap. You could do a dad cap if you had something that coordinated well with this. Me personally, I probably wouldn't do anything. Put your shades on your head, put your shades on your eyes, put your shades on your t-shirt, but no hat is really needed here. This is a pretty cool outfit. It doesn't need any type of headgear, in my opinion. Now, belt wise, just make sure your belt matches your shoes. I didn't put a belt on this particular one. And then pocket square. If you have one that has this particular hue of blue or this particular hue of yellow, that would be perfect. However, there are several different shades throughout this jacket that you could do that would complement the entire outfit, including cranberry. So I would throw a pocket square in there just because, again, it's a dressier look, but it is casual. So, but I would I would, just to pull everything together, I would put a pocket square in there. I flipped the collar on here because we still want to exude that casual look, number one. Number two, this particular collar has that Oxford blue and white stripe style under the collar, so that give us an added extra look, some added extra hues that we can play around with. If you don't want to flip the collar, you can put it down, and then that will make you able to rock a lapel pin if you wanted to. You could do, because this gives me that nautical rowing crew feel. This particular embroidery this particular design here, this particular graphic gives me that Ivy League rowing feel. Then you could do a floral print, or if you had something that was nautical, you could do that. But you could do a flower lapel pin here to just complement that entire world that we're exuding here. Okay, but this is our first look. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, so for something casual yet super cool, still with the rowing theme here. As y'all know, that's one of my go-tos. I love that whole community, that whole look, the ensembles that you can create, that you can mix and match when it comes to rowing and crew. And I actually love the sport. I don't know if you've ever watched one. I've never been to one live and in person, but I have watched a few before on international TV, and yeah, it's pretty exciting. But anyway, the Polo RL Honor and Glory tee, Gothic lettering, giant griffin crest in the center, navy with the gold embroidery. That soft embroidery too. That's that embroidery that lasts. Okay, decent weight t-shirt. Not super thick, but it's definitely thicker than the previous rugby shirt or a t-shirt that you get out of 3-pack. So we throw that on, and we just pair it with the banded collared Oxford, with the rolling crest, first 8, gold griffin here, navy accents. So that's all complemented. Finish it off with a pair of jeans. This particular pair of denim I picked came distressed. I repaired it. I took a blue and gold rep stripe bow tie, had it cut up, and had the pieces sewn on to the inside. So, you know, nice look, clean look. Have a pair of navy canvas sneakers, navy, white toe, yellow pony, some yellow trim around it. Throw those on, perfect look. Sock wise, doesn't matter, whatever. I got navy socks with yellow stripes. I got navy socks, solid navy socks. I have yellow socks with blue at the top. Those are actually rugby. Could throw those on, but either way, you know, socks isn't the biggest concern here. You could even do no socks, but just a nice, clean, casual look. Now, what I probably would do, just to pull everything together and just give it that ultimate Ivy League look, is I'll throw on one of these 2 bicycle caps back here from the rugby tweed run. We have the tweed one here with the navy and gold stripe, rugby written in cursive on the top. Or we could do the chino version, which is a lighter weight, same navy and gold, rugby and navy this time written in cursive. We'll do either one of those. Just depending on how hot it is, what the sun is doing to us outside would determine which one of those I would throw on. If it was a day like yesterday where it was a lot of overcast, a slight breeze, only about 57 degrees, I'd throw that one on. If it was today where it's about 65 degrees and the sun was beaming, I'd throw that one on. But either way, I throw one of those caps on just to complete my look. Maybe even throw my glasses on just to add that little nerd aspect to it that I think is a great addition sometimes to particular ensembles. But yeah, that would be how I roll with this particular outfit. Let's do one more Now this is a cool little look here on several fronts. One, we broke out the flat front chino shorts with the drawstring. No belt needed. Just make sure you get your proper size. They're not numbered as most shorts are. They're lettered, so I think this particular pair is a large. But we broke out these cool little shorts. We broke out our Ralph Lauren trucker jacket where we had the sleeves removed. So we got the vest here. And then we just got this cool t-shirt. Very simple, polo written across the front. Obviously it's Blue Label. It's screen printed. Some distressed in each letter to give it that vintage look. But it's on a pink palette. And I am a big fan of pink on men. The darker the man, of course, in my opinion, the better it looks. Because if you're fair skinned or even lighter than that, you can get to places or instances where pink can start to wash you out. Some of my Caucasian brothers should never wear a what the company calls caramel pink, but a soft pink, peach, yellow, sometimes even white, just depending on how light of a white man you are. That can wash you out. So, and the flip side of that is me being dark skinned, there's certain hues of brown and black that I try to steer clear from as far as when it comes to being close to my face because of my complexion. So that's just something that all men should consider when you're shopping, when you're making purchases. But on my skin, pink looks pretty good. It's very complimentary, especially this particular hue. Now, hot pink, sometimes. Depends on what it is. A button-down dress shirt, yeah, I do that. Hot pink and white, even a solid pink, hot pink. I have a couple. But, you know, t-shirts, sweatshirts, things like that, hot pink I'm not the biggest fan of. It still compliments me as far as my complexion, but I'm just not a huge fan of that particular hue of pink. But this is my favorite hue of pink as far as in the Ralph Lauren family. And we finished this look off. You can throw your trusty shades on, but this double RL indigo denim, more like almost an engineer cap. It's almost a tam actually, more than it is an engineering cap. But because it's double RL, you kind of feel like it's more for engineers. But it's actually built more like a tam. But just throw that on just to give it that cool vibe. Now this is these are pieces in my collection. So if this is something I'm wearing, then you know the beard fares well with the entire ensemble. And shoe wise, I'd probably do my duck boots, but not the 8-inch. I do the low cut, the ones that are that stop right there at the ankles. I probably do those duck boots. Maybe some socks, maybe not. Just depends. But just to complete the look, just to give it that earthy, I'm cool, I'm chilling type vibe, that would be probably the shoe of choice for me. All right, so we did a couple of nice t-shirt ensembles here today. I have quite a few more t-shirts, but I don't think I'm gonna do a part 2 right now. You know, a lot of times when I do a part 2, I come right back with it. I may wait a little longer. Let us get into the summer a little bit, but I probably will do a part 2 on t-shirts. Picked this bottle of wine up from the wine room, a little spot not too far from my house. This is LVE by John Legend. Now, of course, it's a partnership. The company is actually out of France. This is a French wine, a rosé. It's pretty freaking good, though, I will say. That darker than most rosés, but it's pretty good. So that's another episode in the books, but we'll get to that. Because I'm about to rant. I'm about to vent. It's on Poshmark, actually a few hours ago. And I saw where the red, what some of those guys called a Kanye sweater. But that red Preppy Bear sweater from '01, somebody sold one in a large for $100. Now the flip side is there's a guy on Poshmark that has a belt that I really like. It's a preppy belt. It's Oxford blue and white striped with navy blue skull and bones going all around. It's a rugby belt. It's an O-ring belt. This dude is asking $75 for it. One of the 3 grail pieces from rugby that I want, I saw one, and the gentleman was asking $1,500 for it. There's the Letterman jacket. Let me tell you motherfuckers something. And I ain't talking to my friends, fans, and colleagues. I'm just talking to y'all. I'm talking to these resellers and these vendors. Stop taking advantage of the culture. I'm not going to allow you to get rich off of reselling vintage and new Ralph Lauren. Vintage Ralph Lauren that you or somebody else had, cool. Resell it. Keep it in circulation. Keep it in the culture. Keep those pieces popular. But don't try to pay your rent off of me, man. Don't try to pay your rent off of me. I'm not having it. There ain't a piece being created that I'm willing to sell my soul for. So therefore, I'm not willing to be in the fucking poorhouse because I couldn't pay my rent because I had to buy a $1,500 varsity jacket. I got plenty of varsity jackets. If I don't get the Ralph Lauren varsity jacket, if I don't ever get that, if I don't ever get the rugby Ralph Lauren green Indian head cardigan, if I don't ever get the Big Kicker rugby boat neck sweater, I'm not going to die. I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'm going to still continue to enjoy my life and do what I do. Nobody's going to rate me. And I know that's not cool in this day and age to use those words, but we're going to get to that later too. We're going to get to what's cool and what's not cool. This ain't no podcast. This ain't no podcast. But there's certain things that we as men are going to discuss. I'm going to bring up the topics and you gentlemen are going to do what you do, which is we're going to discuss it in the comments. So that's something I'm going to start doing with you guys too, because I'm starting to feel like we family. It's about a good 20 of y'all that I really rock with and I really have a lot of respect for. But back to the topic, because I told you this was a rant, which means I'm going to go all over the place. Okay? Now, $75 is too much for a used belt, bro. I give you 40, and that's with shipping. Whoever sold that sweater for $100, know what you have. That sweater is going to be resold for 3 times that. That sweater is going to be put right back on Poshmark or on eBay by the weekend, and it's going to be $300, and that price is going to be firm, and it ain't going to last but 2-3 days because somebody will pay $300 for it. I won't. The most I'm going to pay for even a vintage bear sweater is $200, and I'm talking about if it's what y'all call the Kanye sweater or the cream sweater with the American flag bears on it. I pay $200. One of the turtlenecks or one of the grandpa sweaters, okay man, I might give you $350. If I'm feeling generous, which I don't know why I would be feeling generous, but if I'm feeling generous, maybe I'll come off a $4 for one of those. But come on, man. You can't sell that sweater for $100. I appreciate you not trying to rip dudes off, but at the same time, you know what I mean, you gonna, in a roundabout way, rip somebody off anyway, because I guarantee you, whoever bought that sweater is gonna resell it. They're gonna resell it. The gentleman wanting $1,500. Listen, dog, I won't even give you, what's half of 15? $750? I won't even give you half. Bro. I'll give you $600. Like, I'm not trying to come off as conceited or narcissistic, but man, I'm me. I'm Mr. Parker. Like, you should want the jacket to have a nice home. I'm your guy. You want somebody that's going to appreciate the jacket, take care of the jacket, you know, do the jacket some service. I'm your guy, but I'm not giving you 15. I give you 6. I like to give you 5. It's a jacket at the end of the day, and it's been worn, it's been used. And I know some, I know what y'all thinking, man. That's what they go for, though. I don't care. Like, the culture doesn't define me. And $1,500 for a used, albeit beautiful piece, I can't see myself doing it. I just can't. Vendors, you fucking up the culture. Like, stop trying to put a down payment on a Bentley off of selling some used Ralph Lauren, yo. It ain't cool. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, I don't want you out here doing illegal shit. And shout out to the vendors that do keep it a buck and do play fair. Shout out to Willie's Vintage Low. That's my guy. Shout out to 10 Richie Rich. That's my guy. I done bought a couple of things from him. You know what I mean? Guys like that, guys like Low Teak, y'all, salute. Cheers. But whoever out here trying to get $1,500 for a jacket, man, come on, man. We ain't doing that. Anyway, that's another episode of the books. That's another episode in the books. You see what happened when I start getting tongue-tied. That's another episode in the books. We did t-shirts today. Thanks again to Ebone Jones for the suggestion. Next week's vlog installment is also a suggestion from last week's vlog installment, so that's going to be pretty nice too. But we did tease today, showed you a couple of ways to style them, and I'm definitely, again, like I said, I'm definitely going to be doing more on a personal level as far as out and about here with the tees and the sports coats. I kind of like it. So cheers, salute, fellas. Get in the comment section. Talk about, let's talk about your best and or worst experience with an online reseller, a hype beast of Ralph Lauren product. I got some stories to tell. Most of mine are good, but there have been a few that, if I wasn't a gentleman, certain people would have to look out for themselves. They had to watch their back every time they stepped out the house. But I ain't gonna discuss that. I ain't gonna put that negative energy in the air. But I know if I've had bad experiences, you probably have too. So let's get in the comment section and have a conversation on that. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend. We here, t-shirt and all, John Legend wine and all. Hey, remember, artists paint pictures and haters paint narratives. And sometimes your best friend can be a hater. Salute Rory. Shout out Rory. I like what you did the other day. I'm a Joe Budden podcast fan, man. I can't help but, salute my guy Rory. He did a good job with his situation. Anyway, artists paint pictures, haters paint narratives. Don't be no hater. Y'all have a good one.